And yeah, okay, we are live. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
Welcome.
I hit the button and like nothing was working for a second. So
Oh, that's fun. Just like my brain. All right. Well, welcome everybody to tonight's session of Sins of the Fallen, where we last left off. The party had ambushed some people belonging to Felcrum's former order and killed them in the rundown building that they were taking shelter in. And after defeating them and learning that they were in fact corrupted, they found a chest with their belongings. That when they opened it, there was a demon inside. And this demon, Nesbit, gave them a whole bunch of information. It was a big old lore dump. And yeah, that was pretty much it. They found out about some notable figures in the world, and then Nesbit went on his way in the way that he was decapitated, so that he can just go get reconstituted elsewhere.
I was decapitated slowly. Don't forget that part.
Yes, slowly.
Because my terrible roll of a nat 1.
All right. Well, we'll pick back up. It's that same night. We can say you've carried the dead bodies outside so it doesn't stink up the place. The gelatinous sludge that Nesbit's body turned into lies in the ground.
Lovely.
What would the party like to do?
Ain't that the question?
Mm-hmm.
It is, literally.
It's been so long. What were our plans? What were we thinking weeks ago? I don't remember.
I think our plan currently was so go to Dawnscar, kill us a bunch of paladins.
Yeah.
A non-zero amount of paladins.
I mean, that's definitely a plan. What time of day was it? Was it creeping up on night, right?
It was nighttime. It was after the sun had set.
Okay. Well, I would be doing my best to barricade the door so we could set this place up as a place to camp for the night.
That is a good call.
Because I am fucked up.
Yeah, I'm always down to sleep, so.
I'm not so much fucked up, but I'm running low on stuff.
I forgot to unmute myself.
Yeah.
Hey.
The classic.
Nice.
It's a
El
normal
Clasico.
Sunday.
Yes, I'm all for a rest.
Yeah. What? How are you going to barricade the door that you tore down?
Oh yeah, it like got ripped off its hinge.
Those hinges don't exist.
As best I can with any large tables that I could place in front of the door and kind of barricade those up to staying in place to where they don't fall over, if that's an option.
Okay, so just putting a bunch of shit in the doorway.
Basically, I mean, unless somebody has another option for mending it, I got nothing. So
No, I don't roll that way. I roll to break things, not fix them.
All right then.
so barricading with tables it is.
Yep. I would say this would be a survival check.
Don't let Kayla roll.
Wow.
Sorry, Kayla. Shots fired.
Wow, we are 2 minutes into this game.
I say it out of love.
Technically 6, but I guess I'll do this by myself.
I mean, I can help.
I mean, you're
I'll give as
welcome
much a
to.
hand as I can.
There's my advantage. I increased by 2.
Cool.
Ew.
Yeah. You spend the next hour or two putting various benches and whatnot in the doorway, blocking it from the elements outside. How well that would prevent someone from breaking in, only time could tell.
Oh, I know it's rickety
It
at
looks
best.
great.
I'll be keeping an eye on that most of the night.
All right. Well, are you guys taking watches?
Yes. I will at least be on a watch.
I will take whichever watch has the most daylight. Because I can't see shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that
would
puts.
most likely be the last watch, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can put me on first.
All right.
I'll go last with Fulcrum. I can't
Okay.
see in the dark either.
Sure.
I'll take first with Ruby. We'll put Cat in there too.
Cat and Kit on first with Ruby.
Yeah.
Got it. Is B taking a watch?
Not unless she has to.
Oh shit,
Okay.
that's right. Wait, fuck.
Does that leave Casper alone on second watch then?
Nope, Casper's not taking watch.
Okay.
Wow.
Amazing.
So just doing 2 watches then.
Super fun. That's the kind of sleep
That's
I
some
like to
long
get.
ass watches.
Yep. All right.
I'm gonna be in my hut.
What?
For anybody wondering how that's spelled,
Oh god.
my hut.
Yep. You know, I was expecting an apostrophe, so that's actually better.
I was expecting a
Okay.
dash, honestly.
Casper's tiny hut.
I was honestly expecting Casper's Mojo Dojo Casa House, but
No, that's when he gets the mansion.
Oh my god. God. All right. Well, first watch, Ruby, Cat, and Kit.
Yeah, let's rock and roll.
All right. Any discussion between the two of you, Cat is going to be very quiet.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
She's just enchanted by her new little the thingy that she got to
Yeah.
our little portal our key.
Yeah, that.
I can't remember what the fuck it was called. The thing that we got from Nesbit to travel around.
Yeah, I should make like a handout.
I don't remember what the thing was called. Other me probably wrote it down, but Kid's gonna look over at Ruby and be like, so
Yeah.
what are we gonna do about this we're the murderers issue?
I don't know yet. My gut instinct is to play it as well, clearly he wasn't a good enough chosen for you if we were able to take him down. So
Gaslight him into believing it.
No, we're not. I mean, maybe a little bit, but it's the truth. We took him down, so
Well, not so much
maybe
we
you
took him
need.
down. It was more like a collapsed building.
I don't know which hurts or helps our case more.
He died by poor infrastructure, or like death by structural deck collapse, or a group that really had no business pulling it off. They're both kind of not the best.
Well, it seems to me that the only way this doesn't end in our death via revenge is if one or more ? I'm still a little confused as to how many in the span of time. I'm trying not to think about it too hard. It's a little too late for that. So, I don't know. One of us takes his place? Multiple of us take his place? I don't know. I still can't believe he was actually referred to as the Chosen, and that wasn't just like a thing he did. I mean, it was kind of just a thing he did, but that is still an actual title that was given to him or assigned to him. Again, still seems really weird to me, but
Yeah. Not the best name.
no.
Especially I feel like when you compare him like to his boss, you know? His
Yeah,
boss has such a cool name, and then they're just
the Chosen.
and you're like, the chosen of what?
Well, apparently he was the chosen to be killed by bad structural engineering.
The chosen for a terrible death. Really not gravestone worthy text.
No. Just all seems a little odd for my taste.
And do you have any worries or anything about what we're about to walk into in Dawnscar?
Pretty familiar with Dawnscar, right?
You are?
Are you?
Am I? I'm.
Are you?
Sorry? Question mark?
Kayla may have accidentally left a lot of holes in her backstory and never picked a city that she was from. Whoops.
Title suggestion.
I was
Are
gonna say
you?
I was just looking at your backstory earlier today. It's like somewhere in the Western Kingdom. So like,
Yes,
cool.
I know. I'm not helpful.
Poor Mike just looking at all this shit, just like, what the fuck, you guys? Like, come on.
No, I imagine that I'm also from, like, the Leak Slip area, maybe from Lurgan. Her family was more of a city folk.
So what do you know of Don's car?
Yeah. Aside from the fact that somebody should not cast spells there.
Is this where we do the side, both of us do the side look towards Felcrum?
Oh no, that's somebody's you.
Oh, me? Wait, why not me?
I wrote it down in my notes. Hold on.
Oh god, you gotta remind me.
I put it. No, you weren't there. That's why I made it into my notes.
Oh no, Ned, please remind me. Wait, why me? Why did no one think to tell me this before we got here? Guys, we're so close now. This is pertinent information.
Maybe I didn't write it down somewhere.
Oh no. All right.
But they're weird about like arcane magic, right?
So here's the thing
God?
about here's the thing about it's the kind of like the central country of the Western Kingdoms is known as the Dominion of Leakslip. There are a lot of like mages in the kind of like the high society, and because of that, the common folk fucking hate mages.
Oh, awesome. Damn, I'm so stoked. Not like I went to school for this or anything.
I went to college.
I went to college specifically for this reason. All right, time to not tell a single person that I'm educated.
I should point out that there are more countries in the Western Kingdom than just the Dominion of Leakslip. I just only have Leakslip on here for reasons that have yet to be uncovered.
Oh.
No, that's for
There's
when
like-
we discover it, Josh.
I was gonna say there's fog of war on the map right now.
Yeah,
All
there's
right.
Fog of War, exactly.
All
Yeah.
right. Not playing my map character. I don't.
Yeah,
I
so,
don't got this covered.
so if Ruby wants, Kayla, if you want Ruby to be from Lurgan, that's totally fine. But if you want her to be from a different part of the Western Kingdoms, that's also fine.
I'm gonna go with a different part of the Western Kingdoms because that sounds like fun.
You're from the Ruby's from the fog of war.
I'm from the
Yeah.
Fog of War.
Yeah. I should let you know, Ruby, that you would know that one of your brothers is in Lurgan right now.
That was God talking, so I don't know that, but I really want to go. You have a brother? But that was God, and I don't hear God.
That was God, and you don't hear God.
Come to find out, he's really down for eat the mages.
Anyway, back to our actual conversation.
Yeah, Ruby, so Dawnscar.
So Dawnscar. Excuse me. I don't even remember what your question was. I got distracted.
We all did, but the original question at the top of the hour was, are you worried at all about what we're about to go do? Was the OG question.
Yes. I mean, I think a little piece of me is always worried. And I think my family's always... We've kept an eye on this area for some time. I don't think anybody is in Dawnscar, but you know, it's been a bit since I was home.
Do I, as a mage, need to worry about your family? Do I need to worry about you? Have you been keeping this the whole time? Have you just been really good at internalizing all of your anger? And I'm gonna wake up with like a knife in my back tomorrow.
You and your sister, as things currently stand, have nothing you need to worry about from me or my family.
It was very political.
Why do I hear a silent but?
You literally, as soon as you said "as things stand," Kit just like kind of like tensed up a little bit and kind of hasn't untensed.
Kit,
I hear a silent but in there.
Kit, you knew I wasn't from the Empire.
No, I know that, but I didn't know about all of this unnecessary. Well, okay, actually, I don't really know how necessary or unnecessary the mage hate is over here.
I mean, my family is not connected to the mage hatred. None of us are mages, but
Why do you keep ending your? Why do all of your sentences have butts in them, Ruby? This isn't helping.
it's complicated, Kit.
Well,
Kayla,
lucky for you.
Kayla, I should tell you, you do have a family member who's a mage. The brother in Lurgan is a mage. That's why he's
Yeah.
in Lurgan.
Yeah.
Oh no! Thanks God, she's just lying.
Thanks, God.
So you're like, Kayla, don't lie.
Don't lie. No, it's. Listen, the
You say
Empire.
it's complicated, but we have a very long watch ahead of us. As I look over towards where B is just passed out, and then Casper, I know, is in his hut just not doing shit, and then I look at the other two, and I'm just like, eh.
You don't have anything to worry about from me. Okay?
But
Or your family. It's a very
The
poignant
silence
pause,
says it all.
Ruby.
I can't even promise that I don't have anything to worry about from my family.
The fuck's up with your family?
A lot. Sometimes.
Okay, I'm getting the sense that you've lived a life of I don't like to share things very often or much, and so you sort of just go with a nice blanket statement to like cover all your bases.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
It's really not helpful. And it doesn't really improve nor aid a group dynamic as she gestures through the room. So I'm gonna just sort of need you to, I don't know, open up a little bit. All right, pretend we're back in therapy. Okay, that was super fun. Remember, we all had such a great time. Let's just put ourselves back there.
So much fun. Yes, loved therapy. It was great for me and did not add on to the layers of trauma I already had.
If you don't want to say it out loud, you could just think about it and I can go get it. But something tells me you wouldn't appreciate that.
I would not.
So let's stop that from happening.
Do I have anything I need to worry about from you? If I tell you a couple of things. The Western Kingdoms and the Empire aren't exactly peaceable with each other. I think you can understand why I might have some hesitations.
Just because I worked, or, well, I would like to imagine I continue to work for, but I definitely don't have a job at the moment, for the Empire.
No.
I would love to get that back one day. I don't exactly represent them. So unless you're out here telling me that your entire goal in life and your family's goal in life is to completely dismantle the political workings of an entire continent, probably fine.
So would you rather hear about me or my family?
Well, I'm a little closer to you, so let's start there.
I'm the youngest of... Hold on, Kayla has to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm the youngest of 6. I had 3 older sisters and 2 older brothers. One of my sisters died the day I was born, so I never met her. She may have been the first ghost that I heard from, and why I've leaned into the abilities that I have.
Kit tries very hard, but she does side-eye Cat very briefly at this mention, and then just kind of comes back to you.
And it's tradition for the children of my family to leave home at some point and start making their own way in the world. And so that's what I've done. And that's, for some reason, landed me here.
I'm gonna take a wild stab in the dark here and say that breaking and entering was not the original path you chose.
Oh, my family all has a variety of skills that can aid in... Well, let's see, what all have you seen me do so far? Breaking and entering, forgery, talking to people, creating false identities.
Conversation, she says.
Really
You've
find
seen me
out that
do
it's
all
just a
these
family
things,
of con men.
talking to people. Kit just tilts her head like, we're doing that right. Like, I can do... Well, okay. Do you mean
It's-
lying to people?
Kind of.
Yeah, okay.
I've posed as a detective before. It's also a bit of the family business.
So your goal or your outlook, your the path you chose when you left home to make something of yourself was crime?
Depends on how you look at it.
I mean, I'm kind of looking at it like crime, but how do you see it?
Were B and I breaking and entering to steal, or were we breaking and entering to retrieve something that was already stolen? I'm simply helping return it to its rightful owner.
Kid's sitting here like like, damn, that's a mental gymnastics of my own. Okay. And the rest of your family, same thing?
They hunt a bit bigger of game than I do, but yes.
Bigger as in...
more valuable things to be retrieved and returned to their rightful owners.
It's giving you the stare of like, Ruby, we're back to blanket statements. Like,
I said I was the youngest of 6. I have to work my way up.
why were you so worried about telling me that you do crime? Why did you ask me if my opinion of you was going to change when you told me about this? I literally have seen you do all of these things already. I've done them with you. So clearly there's something you're not telling me that warranted that line of questioning before you started.
Not all of the crime my family commits, which again is subjective, if you ask me.
Yes, okay, the subjective crime. Keep going.
The subjective crime.
I'm not judging you for the crime, Ruby. Let's move on.
It's not exactly always for the betterment of continental peace, is maybe a good way to phrase that. We get information. Sometimes pick up some other objects along the way, but
I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. You're terrible about talking about yourself.
maybe I should make it a little bit easier then. I was raised to be a spy. What do you think I'm supposed to talk about?
That!
Does that answer enough of your questions?
Not at all, but, you know, it's a start.
Does it at least explain why I give politically sound blanket answers?
I mean, yes. But you don't really need to give politically sound blanket answers, I feel like, amongst us.
Kid, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I know how to do anything else. And if you want to peek into my head to find out if that's the truth or not, you're more than welcome to. You went to college? I was raised to do this. It's been my entire life. Opening up has never exactly been on the agenda.
Not poking and prodding at you to upset you.
Not necessarily you I'm upset with. It's more upsetting that I don't know how to answer.
Well, luckily for you, you have someone who very much loves talking. And I know she likes talking to you. So maybe try practicing every now and then.
I suppose I can manage that. If anybody If anybody can get me to talk, I suppose it is your sister. At least I'm assuming you're talking about your sister. It can't possibly be B. She and I were traveling together even before this, and I could probably tell you the number of things we know about each other on one hand.
I was going to say, I think this conversation you and I have just had is more words than I've ever heard from B in the time I've known her. So, yes, clearly I was not talking about B. I think I know like 3 things about B. That her name is B, and that might not even be real. She has bees.
Mm-hmm.
And
Correct
she
so far.
sleeps a lot. And I think that's pretty much 3 for 3. Like, I don't... If I think about this conversation also that you and I just had, and I feel like getting more out of... I think trying to have this kind of conversation with B, I think I would rather throw myself in the ocean and with, like, a rock tied to my body. I think that would be less painful.
Meanwhile, B is like snoring.
Yeah, just like lets out a massive, just like huge snore off that and rolls over. It's just like
sawing some logs back there.
Yeah. I'm just like, I have the... I can't say I don't like poking around in people's heads because I very much do. You learn so much about people when they think they're not quite thinking, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, you have like your active thoughts that are right there, and that's always fun. But you slip under the surface and you can learn a lot about somebody.
I'll be honest, it is a tempting idea. But I get enough voices in my head. I don't think I could take poking into others deliberately. I think at that point you would actually need to lock me up in the insane asylum.
I'll keep in mind to watch out for you acquiring new voices.
Oh, I acquire them all the time.
All right, I guess let me know when you hit critical mass of voice acquisition, and we'll figure something out.
I hope I don't figure out what critical mass is, if I'm being honest. I can't say the voices aren't helpful, though.
Are they always there all the time, or do they sort of come and go? And
depends. When I need their help, it's easier to focus on one, like trying to forge that hammer for B. But they do just kind of cling. My sister's voice is always the loudest, though.
Can you communicate with them, or are they just very obnoxious passengers?
I can communicate needs. It's how I draw on skills that they had. I can... It's almost like an echo of their life and of what they could do. I'll be honest, I don't fully understand it myself. Nobody else that I've met has quite had that problem.
In the God question,
in the beginning.
God,
are you there? In the times, in any of the, it hasn't been super often, but in the few times that I've ever perused at like the top of Ruby's thoughts, have I ever heard any of these voices that she hears?
No.
Okay.
She could just be going crazy. It's hard to say.
you do notice, not that Kit's looking at you. You've noticed that slowly, as like you've been talking about them, and as you've been asking, or like you've been answering her questions, that you're like, her eyes are starting to look at you more like you're like a project and less
You must
less
know
of
for
like
science.
a person.
You wanted her to open up. Here's the can.
I know, no, she's very happy, but you can literally probably hear the cogs and like everything in her brain just like ticking and like moving, and everything is just like, she's like, she's looking at you like something she wants to crack open. Now's probably not the best time since we have something going on pretty soon. Look at Felcrum. But
Speaking of looking at Felcrum, you can see he's kind of tossing and turning a little bit right now.
Is that unusual for Fulcrum?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you know the telltale signs of somebody having a nightmare, so
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
he's definitely having one.
With that, Kit will sort of like get up and like dust herself off. She'll go over to Ruby and just sort of gently, just like very gently, sort of like run the back of her hand like on your cheek and quietly tell you, I am sorry about your sister.
Thank you. It's odd to miss somebody you've never really met, but has followed you your entire life.
Funny enough, both Kat and I understand. And I mean every word I'm about to say. Take it as you will. If you ever do anything to hurt my sister, I will absolutely turn your entire corpse inside out until there's nothing left of you.
You see Ruby grin back and look up at you. I'd expect nothing less. And for what it's worth, I'm not keen on seeing anything hurt her either.
At this, Kit grins back at you. Doesn't say anything. Just gets up. She goes over to Felcrum. And then for the rest of her watch, she'll sort of spend it just trying to like comfort him through his nightmare until he has to get up for his watch.
Oh, you can see him starting to sweat now.
Yeah, I'm wearing gloves while I do
Oh
this.
no, I'm just saying.
I'm not. We're not risking that again.
Oh, I didn't expect that. I'm just saying he's definitely in a bad part of it. So.
Oh yeah, no, she like gently like runs her hand like on his head to try and calm him down, and just very like soothing, like relax.
Guess, will this be like a medicine check?
My guess is as good as mine.
Sure, let's go medicine.
Nice. Cool. I believe. I believed.
All right. Then yeah, as your watch goes on, Fulcrum's nightmare does persist, but he seems to be less troubled by it. Whatever seems to be going on inside his mind.
At the worst part of it, I'm gonna peek
Really?
because I can't help myself.
Letting the intrusive thought win!
Literally just got out of a conversation going, I love poking around inside people's heads. How can I not? Very moment poke around inside someone's head.
To be fair, I feel like Tori just likes reading intrusive thoughts.
I love intrusive thoughts.
Fulcrum, do you have an idea of what your nightmare is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, then I will let you describe it.
By the time she comes in, she sees Felcrum in some kind of hole in the ground in a pit, basically. And he's trying to dig his way up and out. And over in the corner, you see a younger girl covered in blood. And she's just slowly crawling towards Fulcrum, saying, "You couldn't save me." And he's just terrifiedly trying to dig out his way out of the hole. And yet she just keeps getting closer and closer.
Is this the situation where you wake up right as she gets to you, sort of thing?
It will be momentarily, yes. And right as she reaches and puts her hand on his shoulder, Fulcrum jumps up and says, "Tia!" And he's awake now.
Kit just has her hand, like, on your shoulder, like, you okay?
Yeah. I get nightmares from time to time. Sorry if I woke anybody.
It's fine, we were already awake.
You're fine.
And right on cue, so...
I guess that's convenient.
Kit gives you, like, a small... Trying not to show, like, pity, and just sort of gives you a pat on the shoulder and gets up and goes to get her spot for sleep. Wakes up, Malkier on the way.
Fulcrum just takes a minute or two to collect himself.
Sort of does the
Just like, hey, get up.
Fine. All right, fine.
5 more
Did you
minutes.
kick him
No,
awake?
now. Just like the nudge of the foot, like into the shoulder, like.
All right. So
I test to
perception
see if
check.
I'm allowed into the bubble, into the hut.
Into my hut.
Yeah.
My hut. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would be.
Nice.
Okay, well, there you go. All right, perception checks from Fulcrum and Malkier.
I'm so good at these.
You are.
I
Look at you
really
go.
Well, he's awake and very alert now, thanks to that
Yeah.
nightmare.
Man's got so much adrenaline pumping through his system. He's like, nothing gets past me.
You could bench press a cow right now if you wanted to.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. He's never tried.
Short-term goal: bench press a cow.
Oh my
Wrong
God.
campaign.
All right. Any conversation between the two of you?
Unless Melchior is going to say anything to Felkir. Wow, I fucked that up.
Falkir.
To Felcrum, he's just going to kind of be, just watching through the gaps in the barricade and just running an amulet through his hands the entire watch.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on the barricade, but I will ask Falcom. You're from Donska, and what do you know of the area and the paladins you work with to some extent? Worked with, I should specify.
Well, technically I'm from here, but I stayed in Donskar for a while. But what do you need to know about the paladins?
I mean, ideally, I'd like to get an assessment of, their capabilities. I mean, are y'all typically sort of just go in as a small force and eradicate everything, or do you guys use anything like heavy artillery as far as ballistas, trebuchets, or are you typically small groups, not like large standing army type of organization?
Normally we're more of the small group type of paladin order, so
Operate in like groups of like 5 to 10?
on average, yeah.
Uh-huh.
As for like ballista or trebuchets, I haven't seen any in a while, so I can't say that I've seen one used in the last few years, so
Okay.
doesn't mean they don't have them,
Second follow-up question. What do the people like y'all? Like, are you well received in Lurgan to a degree? Or are you like tenuous sort of tolerance from the general populace?
Good question that I won't know, but God would.
Sorry, what was the question?
How
How does
Go
a
ahead, Ken.
paladin's what's the paladin's sort of reputation with the public? Well liked or tenuous tolerance?
Yes, does this Western Kingdom enjoy or hate the Guardians of Light, basically?
Oh, they well, when Felcrum was a part of the Guardians, they were pretty well received as they were the only ones that were fighting against the corruption. And it's got them a foothold in the city of Donskar, which you can only imagine how that has developed over the last couple years.
Ah. So they're respected as blue collar majors.
Yeah, you could say they're respected. So yeah,
Okay.
God only knows what's become of them and how much they've grown since I left. But it's only been like a couple of years, 2-3 years.
Okay, so you were relatively recently excommunicated.
I mean, a couple of years ago, yeah.
Uh-huh. Alright.
I
You don't
was
mind me
working with them for about 3 years or so.
Don't mind me asking, was this gestures to the surrounding area the reason you became a paladin?
Part of it, yeah. I I lost I lost my sister when we were young, and the paladins actually saved me. So I wanted to do what I could because the corruption has been getting worse and worse in the areas, and I decided to. I didn't want what happened to my sister to happen to my family, and anybody really at the time. So
Okay.
I joined the Guardians of Light to try and prevent that from happening, and
Mhm.
then the whole mind collapse and what you see here is the aftermath that I couldn't stop.
Mm.
Not like I even could, honestly, but I mean, it's not like I could do much.
I, I get it. I get. I get that kind of feeling of responsibility.
And I mean, I
So,
personally, I respected the hell out of the Guardians, but it always felt like they were holding me back. They were keeping me from doing what I could, and I feel that this whole thing is their responsibility, and they're responsible for the entire thing. The mind
mhm.
collapse, the corruption. I don't know. I can't prove it, but it's just they they didn't fucking try hard enough. They needed to try more.
The I feel that. That's actually part of the mentality that got me landed in the asylum.
Oh, really?
Let's just say I ate up the Empire's propaganda about expansionism. Remember the war crimes I told you that I was tried for?
Yes, you've mentioned that handful of times.
Yeah. I kept nagging the officials to, you know, do something to help us expand further into this direction, ironically enough. And they sanctioned a heavily redacted wet work operation. Myself, handful of other men, go in to a nearby farm village that was loyal to the Empire. We burned their crops. We tried to execute their officials and make it look like it was an attack from our neighbors. Thus, to justify a political campaign that if this could happen on our grounds, so close to home, that we should make sure it doesn't happen to any of the other surrounding areas that might be loyal to the Empire to some degree.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Unfortunately, our friend the Mass Macaque stepped in. I got disavowed. They gave me a good lawyer, and I got stuck in an asylum rather than my head into a guillotine.
Well, there's the bright side for you. You're not dead.
Yeah. Pays to have a good lawyer.
This is true.
Yeah. But it was definitely government cover-up.
Oh, it sounds like it.
So there's always been this feeling amongst the Guardians that there was like something they weren't doing enough of.
From my perspective, yes. They were just in. From what I could see, it's like they were just trying to hold the corruption back. They didn't want to try and get rid of it or eliminate it or stop it from spreading as much as they could. They were just trying to stop it from reaching Dawnscar. They didn't give a fuck where else it went, apparently, as we could
Well,
see over in the other towns over the mountains.
were they privately funded, or were they funded by Don Scott themselves?
That much I don't know.
Because if they were funded by the government, then they would have a motivation for not eradicating the problem entirely.
I mean, that's true. It's possible.
Generally, this much I learned in my classes. This I remembered from my one course I took in bureaucracy. I barely remember half of it. Is that ideally you want to manufacture a problem so that you want the people to rely on a system of organization so that you can, give them a false sense of security.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Make it so that they can continue to pay into that system so that it can continue to be functioning. It was essentially a class on how to create, a tax sink. That's fucked up classes now that I think about it.
Sounds like it.
I mean, they were useful. You never found out what happened to the mine, did you? Like the cause?
Not particularly exactly what happened. All I know is the corruption had just spread, and the only thing that I was told was a huge explosion, and it just collapsed and started basically half this city started sinking down into the mine.
There's a feeling in the back of my head. There's this. I don't want to say my brain is saying that this was orchestrated. That the collapse was orchestrated by an outside entity.
It's possible, but I don't know because I didn't really find out. So the whole collapse happened not much longer, only a few days before I wound up leaving and stuff. So I was here trying to fight it back, but it just wasn't going very well.
You were stationed here as paladin, or was this before you left?
When we were training in Dawnscar, and we heard about the collapse, and we were sent down here to try and contain what corruption was quickly starting to spread, and that's what we did. And it's just, like I said, it's just the paladins, in my opinion, they didn't give a shit about anybody left. They were just stop it from spreading, and to hell with the survivors if there are any.
Okay. This has been part of the reason you want them dead.
Yeah, part of it.
The other half being a feeling of incompetence towards them.
The other half of being, I know I could do more, and they just didn't want me to try.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking hated them for it.
And they're the reason you are currently the brightest shade of green imaginable?
Partially. That kind of happened when we were trying to fight the corruption back. I believe that's when I myself got the quote-unquote infection. And,
So,
yeah, that did not help my anger issues at the time. In fact, it's what sent me into a full-blown rage to start killing them.
noted. If you had to guess, why do you think these guys were here?
My best guess is they were probably stationed nearby and just trying to make sure it wasn't spreading. There was possible some kind of breakthrough or something that they were getting through and they were sent to stop it, and maybe they just got infected, or maybe they just didn't care. I don't know. As to why they're infected, that's a hell of a question that I cannot answer.
I have a feeling that if we can find any written reports from these paladins, you might get a lot more answers.
I mean, maybe. I probably wouldn't find any of the reports here, though.
Yeah.
It's like I said, this kind of looks more like it was just a quick setup shop kind of thing.
I think if we get, this is gonna be the first time we're active, or I advocate if we manage to take over the stronghold of the paladin of your guardians of light. Let's not immediately burn it to the ground and actually comb through every report and every administrative document that they have possibly written down.
Yeah, that's definitely something we can do after we murder each and every last one of them.
Yep. Murder, comb through everything, then burn it to the ground. Unless you're opposed to arson, then we don't have to burn it to the ground.
I mean, we can burn it down. That's fine. It's just, like you said, check the paperwork first before we set it ablaze.
Yep. Solid plan.
It's the beginnings of a plan. It's step one. We have many more steps to figure out exactly how to do it yet.
I've done more with less.
And I've done less with more.
There's a reason I like you the most.
Well, thank you.
Don't let the twins hear you. Don't let the twins hear I said that.
I don't think they will, and I won't say anything. You know me, I never really talk, so.
True.
All right. With that, that ends second watch, which brings us to the end of the long rest. Everybody gains the benefits of a long rest.
Thank God.
Oh, guys, look at us go, having actual discussions in our watches.
Look at us.
Progress. Woo!
Look at us forming relationships that are positive.
Disgusting.
And I came up
Ew.
with that whole thing on the
Yourself.
fly. Mike had no idea I was going to do that.
Good job.
Woo!
Look at us role playing.
Oh my god.
Look at
us
Joe
actually-
role playing. Look at
Yeah,
that.
This is true.
That's
this
the
is
fucking
true.
thing.
This is a confetti moment.
Oh, and just so you know, Mina's in chat and says she misses us all.
Oh,
Really?
Time.
oh my god.
Mina misses you guys. Amazing.
All
right.
right. That gif.
So, what's the plan? The sun is up. The smell of corruption is in the air.
We got answers
Smells like
at
a
our
Sunday
back.
morning.
We've got answers. We've got character growth.
Some of us got answers.
We've got more questions.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yep.
I was like, bro, I left with 800 more questions than I started with.
So yeah, what's the plan?
Yeah,
Well, if we're gonna go take out a paladin order, we should probably start heading in the direction of taking out said paladin order.
I know. I thought
Probably
we
a
could maybe
smart
try doing
idea.
it just like from right here, from the comfort of home.
I mean, we probably could. I mean,
Let's start
word of
throwing
mouth,
rocks.
We'll
This
just
is-
have Ruby, fabricate something. We could spread
Yeah.
it by word of mouth.
Yeah.
I know a few
I can do
carrier pigeons that I might be able to scramble up and deploy. And we'll send them out everywhere. We'll just hang out here for a little bit.
You've had carrier pigeons this whole time?
No, it was a joke.
Casper's like,
You
we're just
were-
gonna do this war of attrition style, like.
I'm going to pull the barricade down from the door and make sure outside is safe. And as long as it is, Fulcrum's going to climb up onto the roof and kind of get a lay of the land surrounding where we are. Just see what's going on.
Sure, make a perception check.
There it is.
Yay!
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Mm.
Yeah, now that you kind of see what the town's like in the daytime, you realize that you weren't missing much at night, as there's just like a thick green haze that lies around the village that brings the visibility down quite a bit. But as far as you can tell, there's nothing else going on in the village.
The village being.
Strathmore,
Okay, I
Yeah.
was like,
Where-
hang on a second.
where you guys are, the
I was-
village
I
that
was-
you are currently in.
Okay, I was looking at Don's car. I'm like, damn, that's a fat ass village.
You guys aren't at Donskar.
No, I know, but I was like, damn. I also was like, that is also quite a seeing distance if you're seeing Donskar from here. So yeah, no, we're good. I just am dumb.
Well, actually, if you want, I have an AI-generated image that I can drop in the Discord of what we roughly see.
Yeah. Oh, comforting.
Ooh.
Nice. This is the stuff I like to
Nope.
see. I love it when my
Absolutely not.
nightmares come to life.
Really,
Mm.
really 5-star destination here.
Yeah, I was
Very
gonna say,
welcoming.
Okay, Fantasy Silent Hill.
Yeah.
This is very visually, aesthetically appealing.
This is like Shrek Swamp in a horror movie.
I mean, yeah.
If Shrek was a horror movie.
If Shrek was a horror movie, like this feels like a pretty accurate representation.
And now anybody that's watching the stream can actually see what
Nice.
I'm talking about.
So yeah, so like I guess do we just get a better idea of what we're up against once we get to Donskar, I guess?
And not much else we can do.
Because I guess none of us really currently know what like the current state of Donskar is at this moment.
Occupied.
Well,
by
other than that,
something.
I mean, unless you have a good idea of what it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Welcome.
It was a decent city then, so it's not gigantic or anything. It's definitely no Orana or anything, but it's had its fair share of people.
All right. Well, I guess we just head in that direction, see what's up. Not much we can really plan from here, since who knows what we're walking into.
Yeah, I think we just have to keep a good eye out.
Although, that's just something I thought of. It might not be the best idea for me to go in looking like this.
Hmm.
Are we talking change your face, or are we talking change what you're wearing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I imagine
at the
like
very
Kit
least,
Kat and Ruby, you're just like,
at the very least, change my outfit, because this is kind of their outfit. Just, mine's a little bit more greenish, but yeah, a lot of the paladins would probably know my face.
We can do that. That's easy.
we can
We can change your
got
face,
this.
too.
I was gonna say we changed an entire Dragonborn color. This is we had Malkyr not even looking like Malkyr, so we got this.
No offense. I hope you do a little bit better job with me then. No
I mean,
offense.
you're working off of features that we're a little bit more familiar with needing to disguise. So
Well, my face is in your hands. I can't say fate, so.
I pull out a pair of black framed glasses and put them on Felcrum.
Oh my God, are you seriously Clark Kenting me?
Perfect.
I mean, you'd be surprised the good pair of
Who
glasses
is
can
this
do to a man.
forgettable man?
Hey, if Henry Cavill can stand directly in front of like his like fucking billboard in Times Square and have people not recognize him just because he's wearing glasses,
God, last
Glasses
session
and a
it was
baseball
Patrick
cap.
Swayze. This session it's Clark Kent. Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just joking, but that'd be really funny.
Yeah, just get him some glasses and a baseball cap. It'll be unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I think
also
it's a
like
great plan.
he's still wearing the armor, so that would be like
Yeah.
if
Shush, shush,
Superman
shush, shush.
put on
No,
glasses.
No.
He's gonna wear that
Like a
newsy
full
hat and the
suit,
glasses
glasses.
and the full Superman red and blue.
No, you're overthinking it. All right, you just need the glasses.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
I'm Felcrum Kent. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Fel Kent.
Felcrum can. All right.
No,
Gotta
it's
be
Crom Kent,
positive.
according to Mina.
Yeah, it's Fel Kent.
Well, how exactly? Because like, unless you don't wear the armor, but that's stupid. I guess we just cover up the armor.
Yeah, we're gonna need to find something to cover it up, or at the very least change its look, if that's even possible. But even
I
then,
mean-
the shape might be recognizable. So
Well,
Unless
how
it's
recog-
possible
how-
to.
How recognizable is the shape? Like, is this like very like custom specific paladin, like of this order armor, or is this kind of like still generic armor that just has like maybe like symbols and whatnot on it?
I looked down at my tabard that clearly has the
Okay, yes,
the
I don't mean
Guardians
the
of Light
tabard.
logo on it.
We take the tabard off. Obviously, I'm talking about the armor itself that like you don't want to be taking off, like the
Well,
metal part.
It's just chainmail, isn't it?
Is it chainmail? Because I could have swore I had something different.
You'll have to look at their-
I don't remember. I just know that like at level 1, paladins start with chainmail. So
You'll
unless
have
you
to
got
look at what
upgraded-
you're currently wearing.
Yes, it is chainmail, actually.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then we just take off the tabard.
Yeah, take off the tabard, put some glasses and a baseball cap on you should be fine.
Enough with the glasses and the baseball cap. I don't even know what a baseball cap is.
okay, the glasses are a good idea, though.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you.
I agree. They look snazzy.
I'm like digging through my and Cat like disguise kit shit that we just have collected tons of especially hers is full of like random little things in there, so I imagine she's got some like weird ringy dink pair of glasses in there for sure that she's probably just like grabbed off someone's table as we were like walking by a place at some point.
Grabbed them off their face as they were moving.
Probably.
Wow.
Yoink.
You gotta have at least one fake beard in there.
Ooh, fake beard. Oh, I've definitely got stuff for a fake beard in here.
I was gonna say, if anyone's got fake beard, it's Ruby.
Darn, if
We
you
have
guys would have,
more accessories and clothing.
if you guys would have told
Ruby's
me to
been wearing
stop
a fake
shaving,
beard this whole time.
as soon as we left the asylum, if you guys would have told me to stop shaving, I would have stopped.
Well, we
You
didn't
know.
exactly know that this was
Every watch.
hindsight is
there's
2020. All right.
There's 20 minutes where Felcrum just has a razor to his face.
I mean, probably at least every other watch.
I hand
Every
Falcon
other
some
watch you're
glasses.
Yeah, I'd shave. I wouldn't shave every single night. That's just too much work.
How many days do we have between here and Donskar?
It's not far. On foot, you can make the whole trip in a day. It would just be nighttime by the time you got there.
In case we come across anybody between here and there, probably not high chance, but just in case, I do give him the glasses now.
I mean, they might be sending patrols down here and there. So
Exactly.
it's probably how these guys were here.
God knows somebody's going to be curious why they didn't check in.
I mean, for all we know, they could be coming down the path right now.
Oh, good.
As I look
Or
over that
murder.
direction.
Weirdly enough, no.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that.
I dig into the bag. I also pull out like this very long, sort of red, very light fabric scarf, and I tie it around, not horizontally, diagonally, like from shoulder to hip. So he's got kind of like a sashy thing going on over the armor too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's bright
Should
and
also-
distracting.
I am the Christmas Felcrum.
You
We
are
should
the
also
Christmas
just-
Falcon. Sorry, red's all I have. All right, it's a great color. Okay, so you're gonna have to just deal with it. Also, what's Christmas?
We should also like remove the tabard.
We already took the
Oh, I
tabard
already
off.
took
He's
the
not wearing the
tabard off.
tabard.
It's in my bag. So I think, yeah, this is definitely making me not look as much like what we saw those guys look like. So
What's Fulcrum's hair situation?
scruffy and unkempt, if that's even possible.
Yes, it is very possible. It just
How
like
lo-
looks at you, looks at the top of your head, looks back at you, like asking for permission.
He leans forward.
All right, perfect. She goes and makes it like a man bun ponytail thing, cleans it all up so he doesn't look so
Christ.
crazy.
It's a personal thing. I hate the fucking man bun, but for here, I'm for it.
Listen,
I don't know
would you
why.
like to wear the man bun or be stabbed because you're a traitor? Okay,
Or,
take your
or
pick.
would,
I
or would you like
mean,
me to separate it for you?
I'm still deciding. No, I'd rather have the man bun.
All right,
We-
man bun it is.
Could do a nice French braid.
Yeah,
Okay, we're not braiding Fulcrum's hair. Okay,
Alper stands.
it's not
You can
quite
braid
that
my
long.
hair.
Yeah, there you go. Braid his hair.
Would you
Hang
like
on, let me make it longer.
would
All right, you can braid it now.
All right.
Is it flowing all the way down to your ass now?
Hell yeah.
God.
Like full Fabio.
How are your fake beard skills, Ruby? How long do you think it'll last if you put it on him now? Or should we wait?
Oh God, she's dead.
She died.
Yep,
Oh, no.
dead.
No, Kayla's thinking. I mean, now is better safe than sorry.
All right. Worst case, we can always re-up it when we get
Yeah.
closer. All right. Just in case. We'll do it now.
I love we've got for hipster paladin.
Yeah. Listen, he'll be unrecognizable. All right.
All right.
We take a step back and look at him. How good
And
are we
admire
feeling
your
about
handiwork.
this?
What should I roll to see how this
Should
This
we
is
looks?
roll?
more. This is more. I would say this is a dexterity-based deception check from whoever is using the disguise kit or whatever.
The beard feels like the most technical thing, so it's probably Ruby then,
Okay.
because tying up his hair and giving him some glasses and a sash doesn't really, I feel like, require a roll.
That's fair.
The beard, however, I feel like.
Dexterity-based deception. Does my proficiency with the disguise kit help me at all?
Yeah, it gives you advantage.
And I was gonna say, can I
Okay.
help her? But she's already got it.
Yep.
She helps herself.
I'd love for my character sheet to work correctly.
Roll
For
20's
just,
hella slow for me today.
just a moment.
Nice.
Hey,
All right, nice. So, while disguised in this manner, Fulcrum, you have advantage on all deception checks to pretend to be someone that you are not.
Nice.
woo!
Oh, you should also try either. You gotta up the pitch in your voice. You can't. If you talk just like yourself, that's not gonna help either. So just give yourself some like flair.
How are you with accents?
I'm just staring at you.
You can practice with Casper on the way. Let's go.
All right. So, with Fulcrum thoroughly disguised and Casper well braided, the party
Hell yeah.
sets out for Donscar. I'd say a couple hours after you leave Strathmore, you notice a significant change in the landscape as the kind of sickening green haze and dark grass landscape switches more to a more natural looking hilly area. As you leave the area that's been affected by the corruption coming down.
Kat and I have also both changed into our more plain human-looking selves.
Sure.
We are not black and white changeling on changeling energy.
All right. You travel for the rest of the day, and it's as you're kind of nearing where Donscar is supposed to be, that on the horizon in that direction you see the small kind of tendrils of smoke clouds billowing up over the hills.
Wait, sorry,
Somebody must
smoke?
have gotten there first.
Yeah.
Like a lot of smoke?
Is that normal? I'm looking at the room. I'm like, is that normal?
Is this like
Is it
like
normal
somebody
to be
bombed this?
smoking?
Is this like somebody fucking started bombarding the city type of smoke?
So would this look normal for me?
This does not look normal for you, Fulcrum. As you guys kind of continue on and get to the top of this large hill, you can see off in the distance the kind of larger city of Donskar. As Fulcrum said, it's not as big as Orana or Ithaca or Ixana. but decent in its own right. And it looks to be a city of splendor at one time. However, it is currently in the process of being besieged.
Oh,
You can see that the large walls of Donskar are completely closed, and there is some heavy damage along the walls. You can see a army encampment north of the city, as well as several ships in the lake nearby. That you can see a steady stream of oh, I'm blanking on the word of
Barrage.
Artillery?
yeah,
Stomps, if you will?
barrage of artillery heading towards the city. And you watch as like a wave of artillery kind of rains down on the city. You see like a building get hit and partially crumble.
can we make out any like flag or anything
Yeah.
off these ships or at this encampment?
Yeah, anybody in the distance that we can make out as like waving like a flag of a specific country or affiliation?
Yeah, make a perception check.
No. The second one is cat.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right.
Too damn far.
Felcrum and Cat. Probably Felcrum would recognize it sooner than Cat, as Cat being from the Empire. But the flag being flown from the ships, it looks to be similar to the Dominion of Leakslip. However, it looks different somehow.
Sort of look over at Felcrum like, so anybody else hate this place as much as you that you can remember?
Aside from us.
Not like this. Not that I'm aware of, I don't think.
I wonder this, maybe if we're lucky, it's enemy of my enemy is my friend situation?
Yeah,
I mean, when in doubt, the enemy of my enemy is indeed our friend.
yeah, but at the same time, they could see that as, them trying to send an infiltration into their group. If we just come out of nowhere, like, hey, we're on your side.
I mean, not so much that, but also, why would a group of us just walk up to them very nonchalantly? That would be the worst invasion I've ever seen.
Exactly.
That, or do we want to try and slip into the city now while it's chaotic? And
I mean, this is the opportune time right now to slit some throats while they're all distracted with a larger conflict, whilst we go in and dispatch upon, the smaller group that we're trying to take out.
Well, I don't disagree, but I'm just saying, knowing that there's an army beating down their doors right now, they're going to be heavily fortified to try and stop anybody from getting in, so.
I feel like they're going to be more fortified in the direction that they're currently being assaulted from, versus if we try and sneak in. I don't think there's not going to be as many people watching any of the back entrances into the city.
Oh, I'm sure
There would be
somebody looking at the back.
Somebody,
there would probably
but
be
definitely not as many as the people looking at the
definitely,
front.
definitely not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there was definitely be some guards at the back as well.
That's fine. We can deal with a couple guards. We've escaped places before. Breaking in shouldn't be that hard. I look over at Ruby and B. I'm like, all right, you two.
Time to rock and roll!
a small presence that should be easily dispatched. I mean, there's at least, like what, we'll outnumber like at least like the smallest guard posting, I think.
I think we
I
should be
hope.
okay.
Definitely
Um,
looks
oh.
first. Get an eye on the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna want to do some scouting.
Oh,
Reconnaissance
absolutely.
first.
Reconnaissance time.
I'm trying to remember what other me does with her little friend, and I can't remember. God damn
Just
it.
Her
Sum-
little
just-
friend.
To summon him or what he does in general?
Well, we all know that what he does in general is just try his best. But I don't remember what she uses to summon. Is it just, does she just use?
So
It's a
I
wild
believe,
shape, right?
yeah, it requires a wild shape, and then it lasts for an hour. It's like a less permanent version of the Find Familiar spell.
So confused. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, while she's figuring that out, we're definitely going to be moving to the opposite side of the town. Taking a wide berth around the town, kind of sticking near the mountains
Wild
to get there.
companion. There it is.
All right. So moving to the south end of the city.
Yeah,
Sure.
or southwestern end. Basically the opposite from where the army's set up.
Yeah.
Green bean. There it is. Written in its own box on her character
Green
sheet. Green bean, my wild companion. There it is. Found it. Okay. Oh, good old green bean.
And also, roughly what time of day is it now?
The sun is setting right about now. It is the end of the day.
Oh, good. We can infiltrate under the cover of night.
I was gonna say that is probably better. Although I guess I'm not sure how dark it is, as the city is under siege. So
Not this side.
Well, you can see as the city is preparing for the evening. You can see all around the walls, great big flame braziers are being lit.
how high are the walls?
It's a great question.
Time to roll 3d10 to determine footage.
Yeah, that's when you roll 3 1s. Ah, yes, 3 feet tall.
Hell yeah.
It's 5d6. Fuck, it's 5 feet.
I figured it'd be whatever the dice roll plus 10 feet, so that'd be my guess, personally. But I'm no DM or anything.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's like 30 feet high on the exterior walls.
That's not too bad.
And that
That's at least like one length of rope.
It's actually less than one length of rope.
So what's the plan?
Well, do we want to try to scale the walls, or do we want to try to sneak in through the door, or do we want to try to, like, coerce
Is there
our
a
way
door
in?
back here?
I would say...
Also, Mike, I did send you a map that I built for this place a while back.
Yeah, I know. I
Okay.
have it. I just have to orient it because the map that you have has like the river on like the northwest side of the city when it's actually more on the east.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
couldn't control where the damn river was.
No, I'm
No
not
damn
saying
map
it's your fault.
generators. I know. I'm
Oh,
just saying.
Joe.
Sorry, blame the AI.
So, there would be a gate on the southwest side. You can see that there's like some like small like a small residential area on the outside of the city. However, it looks mostly abandoned with the siege going on. All the people that live outside the walls are probably taking shelter inside.
Oh. It's 30 feet, so I can fly at least one other person over that wall.
The big like the light being provided by the fire on the top of the wall. Does it pretty much like blanket everything in light, or is there like dark spots between?
The top of the walls are completely lit up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a bit dark down below because obviously they can't
Yeah.
light braziers outside the walls. But
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like straight up trying to go over the walls is a terrible idea. They probably have people up there.
More than likely.
Most likely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna get shut down.
Yeah.
So definitely an eye in the sky would be at least a good start, honestly.
And if the main door is too fortified, I don't know if any of us has a way of making a hole in a wall. That would also be an option.
Darn, I left my dynamite in my other outfit.
You left your dynamite in your other pants.
I left it with my other tabard, sorry.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, I don't have anything quite that explosive.
What kind of well, I guess it's probably hard to tell. I don't know exactly how far we are from that door that we see, but is it like more of like a gate? Or is it like
Yeah.
actually like a door?
It's like a large gate that was well, okay. There's multiple kind of like layers. There's like the big doubled like door gate, and then there's also like the
Portcullis thing.
portcullis. Thank you. It also has like the big metal portcullis that goes down to make it more defensive.
I just remembered Princess Bride, and that would help me remember it.
Yeah.
No, like super well placed for this particular situation that we need them sewer tunnels at the bottom of this wall.
Make a perception check.
And I would assist in that because I would probably know where they would be.
Sure.
Roughly,
Sure,
since
you
I've
can-
been around here for a few years.
Yeah, you can make it with advantage.
Sure.
So I
Me
would point
too.
out where to look if there were.
All right. You can
Kat and I are
see.
well versed in using sewer systems to our advantage.
You can see that there is what looks to be a sewage channel that runs from the northeast side of the city into the lake.
So towards all of the
Right in front of the encampment.
chaos.
Yeah!
Yeah.
What?
Is it like
And
in
what,
front of the encampment, or because the encampment you said was more to the north, where the ships are in the lake to the northeast, right?
The ships are in the lake to the northeast. The encampment of the besieging army is on the north side of the city. It's not directly north of the city because then they could just rain arrows down on them. It's
Mhm.
like a good couple miles north of the city.
Yeah, I just meant direction wise. So technically, there's not really anybody in front of like the sewage channel.
although
Not that you can see.
although I'm willing to bet 5 gold that there's probably some defenses set up in that sewage channel.
I wouldn't take that bet because I know I'd lose.
I'm just laying out options.
Oh, it's completely understandable. Like I said, I ran around this town for a good 3 years, so I know the rough layout of it and roughly what's where and what they have for protection.
Okay, so then how do we get in with the least amount of resistance?
Knowing what he would know, what would be the easiest way, Mike? Because I know over the wall wouldn't be easy.
Over the wall sounds like a death trap.
Yeah. Raiding the door sounds like suicide. The sewage
So-
is a decent option, though.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Fulcrum. You know what? For this, I would say roll me a history check.
That's fair.
So we get the mysterious
I'm
dwarf
so good at
option,
these.
catacombs.
So good at these.
All right. Yeah.
Mediocre at best.
Yeah. You know that one of the reasons the Guardians of Light liked this city as a base of operations was because of its very defensible walls. Which even if the walls were to fall, there is a central keep in the middle of the city that they could fall back to, but the walls themselves are very, very sturdy walls. There haven't been a lot of sieges against the city, as this kind of it's not like the center of any kingdom, and so it hasn't really been used in a lot of the infighting of the Western kingdoms. But
So if
there,
it hasn't been sieged a lot, how well do you think they planned for a sewer raid?
well, see, that's the thing. Is like you've seen the sewer. Like if this
Mhm.
place would have a Achilles heel, it would be the sewer. Because it's like the walls are high, the gates are heavily fortified. The only way into the city, other than flying, would be from below, which they have a sewer access so that people can get rid of their stuff.
Sewage?
Waste. We'll just call it
Hmm.
waste.
Do we want to just say fuck it, go through the sewer entrance, and if things turn south, murder everything in our path?
I mean, it's looking like our safest bet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, but disgusting, but yeah. The question is, do we want to do that tonight, or do we want to watch a little bit longer and see how they do during tomorrow?
I was gonna ask, are they still sieging during the night, or have they stopped?
I would say it doesn't become, it's not as steady as it was in the daytime. But they do continue their bombardment through the night.
Okay.
Yeah, I would imagine that.
It's
You
a
don't.
trade-off of the cover of night versus more chaos internally during the day. But I think that under cover of night is probably still our best bet.
Yeah, I think so.
I would have to agree.
How close can we get to that sewer entrance before we're going to be like, okay, now we actually have to start maybe watching ourselves?
Well, I would say,
Because does that like abandoned like residential area, is that like the whole around like the whole city?
no, it's just from what you can see, it's just around the gates, and there are 3 gates. There is one on the southwest, one on the eastern side near where the sewage goes out, and then Felcrum would tell you that there's another one on the north end of the city.
Okay, so there's a residential area near that sewage site then.
Yeah, it's not as big as the one on the southwest side of the city, but
But it's not like we're going to be walking through an open field to get where we're going.
Well, I mean, you'll have to go through like wide open space to get to the residential area, though.
Yeah, I just meant more like the close, like between like us and say like the city wall isn't going to be an open space. It's open space, then the residential area, then the city wall.
Yeah.
Okay. How much open space are we trekking to get to the residential area?
I'd say like a few miles.
Oh, nice.
2 or 3.
But it's dark out here though, right? Like it's not like it's lit up out here for any reason.
Well, I mean, as the sun sets, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's a question on how much moonlight you got.
Isn't that the question? If we were in the Empire, it would be none. But it's not like that out here.
Let me check the weather.
I was gonna say, other me isn't here to ask, so.
And roughly, Mike, the sewer entrance would be towards the, on that map I made, it would be towards the burrows, right? Because that was a little outside residential area I had. That was marked with the burrows.
No, so take the map that you have
And just flip
basically rotate it 90 degrees. And so it would be King's Row is that area.
Ah, okay.
On your map. Because I'm taking the river on the map as where the lake is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because like the Burrows and Fathoms Row would be the southwest. The Overlook would be the north end of the city, making King's Row the east side of the city.
Okay, thank you.
Which I think it's really funny that the King's Row is the name of the neighborhood right next to where all the shit goes out. Why can I not find the weather graph that I use?
Can somebody remind me when druids are able to change their spells?
Every long rest.
Okay. Just ignore me for a second. Like switch real quick.
Oh my god. Changing everything.
Listen, I just need paths without trace, okay? That's it.
There we go. Alright. Someone roll me 3d20.
I'll
Your
do
city.
it.
I was gonna say
Oh,
Joe's city,
Falcrum.
but
No, Joe, do it.
Yeah.
Joe, do it.
Me?
Yeah, you
3d20?
You.
I mean, just remember,
Done.
you brought this.
Down Square is yours. You roll the weather.
It's just the weather.
All right, 318.
If you think about it, the shittier the weather is, probably the better for us.
I mean, yeah. 3, 18, 20, or 3, 18, and 1.
So listen, this would be if ever there was a time for there to be a storm of some kind. Cat would be ecstatic.
Okay. So, there's no storm going on.
Damn it.
With that one, I would say that it's actually like completely clear sky. Because 1 to 12 is no precipitation, so there's actually like no reason why there would be a cloud if you're at the very bottom of the
Damn it.
of the dew point. Not to mention that there's also a strong wind, so any clouds that would be in the sky are moving pretty quickly. I will say the only thing that the weather would have an effect on would be the braziers. You can see are notably kind of like flickering a lot because of how strong the wind is. So there's that.
So with the wind knocking the braziers around a little bit, that would make it just a slightest bit darker during the nighttime.
Yeah.
Not much, really, to make much of a difference. But
So it
just
depends
enough.
on what phase of the moon we're in. Is this like do we get absolutely shafted? It's a full moon.
Oh, I didn't even roll
maximum,
for that.
just maximum light.
What do you want me to roll for the phase of the fucking moon? Unless that's something already specific.
No, I don't. I haven't been keeping track of that. Go ahead and roll me 1d30.
Oh, I have to type it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. It was a full moon recently. It is now a waning gibbous.
What does that mean? As I look it up, oh, okay. It's like 3/4 of a moon.
Yeah, it's 3/4 of a moon.
Alright.
So it is.
Fancy
There
pants.
is a decent amount of moonlight out, thanks to that waning gibbous.
All right, so we got less firelight, but more moonlight.
Yep.
And it's just open plains between where we're coming from to. It's not like trees or tall grass or any of that kind of stuff up until the residential area.
Nope. Just
Empty.
rolling plains.
Nice.
I think we got this.
The real question is, how many people are how many people are looking out over this way? You know, they're distracted. There's boats. There's an army encampment.
Yeah, it's not like they're on high alert for the besieging army to be sending like a strike force in the night or anything.
Yeah, especially
No.
to, like, the sewer system, probably, maybe? I don't know.
No. Come on. Look, if you got a better idea, it's now's the time.
Why I don't have a better idea.
Well,
That's
then
the
there we
issue.
go.
So
I mean,
unfortunately, I
unfortunately,
think
this
this
is
is
the
the
best
idea.
option. It's still a dangerous option, but it is our best option. Unless we have a way to teleport to the other side or fly above everything, then this is our best option.
I could make 3 people invisible.
I mean, it might be worthwhile to make our least stealthy people invisible.
Hi, how you doing?
good point.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I wasn't gonna name names.
You didn't need to.
Well, I'm well aware.
Yeah. Waves in 610, man, carrying all the shit.
And then that's a possibility. There's also we'll also have Pass Without Trace.
Now, Mike, you said there was a kind of residential area near the sewer entrance. You said it was Kings Row. Can we see much of Kings Row from here? And if we can, does it look like there's a lot of people there, or does it look like mostly abandoned right now?
He said it looked abandoned because
Okay.
most of the people were hiding inside the city because of the siege.
Okay, that makes sense. I didn't hear that earlier. If you said
That was
it,
a while ago, yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, because our least stealthy people are obviously Felcrum.
Hi,
Is
how you
one.
doing?
I'm one of the others.
Do you also because Felcrum rolls a disadvantage, right?
Oh yeah.
Does Malkir?
I am also wearing chainmail. Yeah, I
okay,
think
so okay, then yes, both of you rolls. All right.
So it would be a straight roll.
Yeah. So okay, I can make the two of them invisible. We have to go a couple miles, you said?
Couple miles to where the sewage channel is.
Okay. The invisibility and Pass Without Trace are up to an hour, so that should be plenty of time.
We can do it.
I was like, yeah, sure, Tori, good job. Let's do that. Like, hello, anybody else? Is that what we're doing? Is this the plan?
I think this is the only plan we've got.
Me hobbling a plan together as we go along. All right.
Now you know how I feel on Wednesdays, Tori.
This is what it means to be a spellcaster. I don't want it. I want a refund. This wasn't in the manual. When I opened the box, this wasn't in the instructions.
Where's Withers so you can pay for your respec?
This is not cool. All right, I will burn a third level spell slot to cast invisibility on both Felcrum and Malkir. And Cat will cast Pass Without Trace. I have too many spells at my disposal now. This is like Mike on Wednesdays. This is only 2 spellcasters. But so many spell slots. Yep.
Let's get moving.
Here we go.
Roll.
All right, I would like a group stealth check.
Mine automatically rolls a disadvantage. But it would be a 10 plus 2 for 12 if we're going by the first number.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Pass Without Trace, that's not bad.
Yeah, everybody gets Pass Without Trace, but
Yeah. Still. Wait.
oh,
20
that's actually a
plus 1.
20. Nice. I had
Love the 31 from Malkir.
Holy shit.
Love it.
nice. All right, so Ruby disappears. This is like Rowan all over again, just gone.
She's gone.
Just ceases to exist.
Teleported into a whole different campaign.
Yep. And Cat. Twins.
All right, so we got 31, 35.
45.
No,
that's what-
no.
Oh, the 10's already in.
Yeah. I got a
Oh,
button.
okay, that's with the 10. Okay, I was like, Jesus
She got it.
Christ.
Here's
Yeah.
a button for that.
Another 31, 20, 16, and a 22.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I would say as a group, you are completely stealth.
Nice.
So yeah, you make your way down the hill towards the city, kind of darting from shadow to shadow as the well, I guess there's no clouds, but we'll say as the braziers kind of like flicker, the little bit of light that is being cast down on the plains from those, you're able to kind of like hide amongst the shadows from that. Just kind of like moving with kind of like the wind over the grass. You eventually get to the abandoned neighborhood of King's Row on the eastern side of the city.
How long did it take us to get here?
I would say like because you're being careful, like a good like 40-50 minutes, so you don't have much longer on your various stealth spells.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll sneak through this residential area while we've got them up
Yeah.
and
Might as well.
get to the sewer entrance. So fun. I love getting covered in sewage. This is going to be great.
All right. You sneak your way through the residential area, trying to stay out of sight of anyone that might be looking down on you from the walls. Every now and then you see a flaming ball of artillery fly overhead before crashing into the city behind the walls. And you eventually get to the channel. You can see it's kind of like a wide like runoff where just all the sewage from the city comes through this large area directly towards the lake. You can see that there are some walkways on either side of this large channel, as well as there's like a stone staircase built into the side of one of the walls to get down to said walkway. You head down and start making your way into the dark, open chasm that is the sewage channel. And remind me, it's just Ruby that has dark.
No, not
No?
anymore. All
Not
three
anymore?
changelings have it now.
You guys get it at like a level or something? Or
No, we all took Devil's Sight.
oh,
Using, what is it, Eldritch Adept or whatever that feat is?
oh, for your
Oh my
you all took
God.
the same
All-
feat.
Again, yes.
Wow.
We might definitely have a Discord channel
Oh my
where we laid
God.
out our options, planned it accordingly,
Jesus Christ.
just to make you have the most fun every Sunday, Mike. This is my small bit of revenge.
Okay.
Who
Why
hurt
would
you?
you tell him
Mike.
this? Now he's planning for it.
And Josh, respectively, both of them have caused me immeasurable pain.
I don't think we ever had that problem in the Wednesday group.
For Dark
might be
Vision?
wrong.
No.
Yeah.
This
I
is
didn't
how I
think so.
slowly get my revenge. for the dreaded E word.
Dreaded E word. Oh my god.
I will take my fight with exhaustion to my grave.
At the
But
mention
yeah,
of
so all three
exhaustion, my
changelings
character
have.
just starts rocking back and forth like, no, no, no.
That again.
Yeah, so the three of us have dark vision, and then Ruby also has dark vision.
Yes, I do.
Well, alright then. So would just be Felcrum and Malkier that don't have it? Oh, and B? The three of you?
Yeah, I don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Hence why I keep torches.
Which so I imagine we put them like in between. We're like a sandwich of like dark vision, no dark vision, dark vision, no dark vision.
Got it.
Probably smart.
Yeah.
I'd be near the front because I'd be toward, guiding through.
Mm.
Even though I can't see, I do know the lay of the land for the most part.
You spent a lot of time in the sewers, have you?
I mean, I spent a lot of time in and around Donskar, so. As
Were
for
you
going through the
casually
sewers, no.
just sent on sewer patrol?
I mean, you
everyone
don't
loves
know.
sewer patrol.
Did you ask him?
I am either in the front of this odd dark vision sandwich, or I am in the back of it.
I think you're in the front of the dark vision sandwich because you're so sneaky. So it makes it so you will be able to come upon people before they come upon us.
Alright.
Because if I remember correctly, Kat doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't prepare it anymore.
Right. I mean,
now we don't need it as much
yeah. Why would you prepare it?
for
Just
the other
have it all
people,
the
but
time. No, they can
But-
handle themselves.
but the only two who matter. So yeah.
All right. So through various levels of being able to see in the dark, whether it's naturally weird connection to some ungodly magic or fire on a stick, you guys make your way down the channel. And you eventually come to a large metal grate. You can see on the walkways there is a metal door to get past the grate.
I'm gonna take a safe bet here. Say that they're locked.
I will check.
For traps?
For traps, if the door is locked. This is a siege, so checking for traps does not feel like being too cautious.
Nope.
No, not at all.
If I was to detect for magical traps, we would need 10 minutes because I don't have it prepared.
No, I definitely don't have that much time left.
Nope.
Well, I mean, down here, we're not like in view of anything right now because now we're like in the sewage tunnel.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. So if your invisibility drops, it's when the rest, like the bunch of us are visible. We've done the sneaking part, so it's
Well, then that 10 minutes is up to you if you wanted to do it or not.
Well,
I would say that the 10 minutes is over.
Yeah.
You guys are visible. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to light torches. So, go ahead and make an investigation check there.
Okay. Ooh, hit the correct button.
All right. It does not look trapped. It is, however, locked.
Surprise.
Shocker.
I'll try to pick the lock.
I was gonna say, let's try the non-magical way first. I'll be back up in case you can't get it.
Yeah.
I take a defensive stance behind my shield just in case.
Nice.
Oh, got the great axe open.
3-1, technically.
Got the great axe out just in case.
I don't have a spare set of thieves' tools.
Ooh.
Does Kat have some in her inventory?
That's actually very possible. Let me hang on. She most definitely has these. So there's no shot. Because we bought a bunch of stuff. Ooh, oh no. There's a lot in here.
I'm assuming the natural one breaks my thieves' tools.
I mean, the way thieves' tools work, like you have like multiple tools. The problem is when the tool you're using breaks, it breaks in the lock.
Yeah.
So now this lock cannot get picked.
Yeah.
It just lets out a sigh. I'll walk up to the thing. I just look Ruby in the eye. And with 2 fingers, knock on the door and cast knock.
I very much do not make eye contact.
Alright. Can you put the description for knock in the chat,
Yeah,
please?
sorry. Hang on, let me click there you go. Technically, I don't even have to knock on it. I like actually physically, I just did it for pizzazz.
I'm just mostly worried about that very last paragraph.
Yep.
A knock.
Audible from as far
I
as
know.
300 feet.
Yeah, but there's a siege going on.
So are you timing it for when a cannon hits?
I can't see them down here. I wouldn't know when one's gonna hit or not. I can't see when they're shooting a.
You'd hear a cannon blast.
Well, it's not
Well,
a cannon.
They're not
Wow.
cannons. They're like trebuchet-esque probably things, right?
Well, you'd
Yeah.
hear when it would hit then, probably. And probably time it at the same time.
I guess I could do that. I guess I'll wait for it till I hear a. I'll wait till I hear a hit. I was gonna say because I was like I can't see when they get thrown.
Okay.
Like, but I guess I'll wait till I feel
Um,
shaking from when a
are-
fucking rock hits.
Are you proficient in sleight of hand?
Am I? No.
Then this would just be a straight intelligence check.
Okay. Smart. I can do that, right? Right?
We're hoping.
Well,
Wrong.
Oh my god.
I was literally just thinking, yeah, you can do that just as well as Ruby can pick a lock.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, never mind, I can't.
there is a little
It's-
piece of this that's emotionally satisfying to me.
There's like,
I
A little or a
totally get
lot?
it. I would
it's
also
like
be.
the guy that can't clap on beep. Oh my god.
Listen, I didn't go to war college, all right? That's Malkir's thing.
Meanwhile, I can march to a fucking tempo like nobody's business.
I was gonna say, Malkir just was like cringing internally, like, come on, man.
Yeah, you hear the shudder as another bombardment hits the city, and you're like, "All right, now!" And then you have to like say the words really quickly, and then the actual spell materializes, and then the loud, audible click of the lock being unlocked rings out several seconds after the shaking dissipates.
It's an aftershock,
there's-
it's fine.
There's a physical face palm from Melchior where it's like, God damn it.
Pretend something fell over. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
Look, I wouldn't have had to use the loud spell if somebody hadn't broken her tool in the lock.
It's all right. What's done is done.
Yeah,
Just try
too
and
bad
get
there
through
wasn't
Let's
another
get
door
off.
you could have opened, but it's fine.
Another.
Oh my god,
There
that's
was
true. There
another
were two.
door.
There was a door on the other side of the channel. Oh my god.
God, we're stupid.
I didn't even know there
Amazing.
was a second door.
Yeah, there were two. There's a door on each side of the channel. We're
Oh,
just
shit.
dumb.
I
All
didn't even
right.
hear that.
We are seamless.
We are.
Oh no, she broke her Discord.
Yeah, she went robotic a little bit.
She's dead.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
It's probably just my internet.
All right. So, you guys head into the sewers. The now broken lock of the door, kind of like you close it behind you, and you're like, it's probably fine.
It's not broken, it just becomes unlocked.
Yeah, it becomes unlocked while it has something in the lock.
Listen,
But there's no catch at all. Like it just swings and it's just like, yeah, this is whatever.
I mean, there's a catch. You
Okay,
still have
yeah.
to, you still have to like turn the lock, but now it's just
Yeah, okay. It's an
now
unlocked door. Yeah.
it's an
Okay. I thought you meant it was just like
unlocked
kind of swing
that
in the wind.
cannot
Like,
it cannot get relocked. Is basically what I'm saying. The lock itself
Yeah.
is broken.
that's, you know what? A good thing. Now we have an escape route.
I mean, she's got a point.
We've
Good
also
news
made it
is-
incredibly easy for others to slip into this.
Enemy of my enemy is my friend. Moving on.
we don't have morals.
Listen, what someone else wants to break in here, they're more than welcome to.
Maybe they'll come up the other side.
Maybe they'll use the other door.
All right. So you head inside and start following the sewage line that you are walking along. So I would like Felcrum to make me a survival check, as he is the only one that might know where the exit of the sewers would be. Fantastic.
Look, it's been a few years, okay?
Alright. Let me just check something here.
Hello?
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 Hi.
Hello?
Okay, I'm gonna guess that my thing wasn't heard. But I did also I said guidance on Velcrum.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
if you said that, it
you
did
roll a
not.
D4.
Yeah,
through,
I,
so.
I don't think anyone heard me. I'ma just boop.
No.
Yeah!
All right, it's one higher.
Nice.
So instead of being completely ignorant, he thinks he knows, but it's probably wrong.
Alright. Okay. So, you guys wander along the sewers for 10, 20, 30 minutes. And after wandering around for a while, Ruby and Cat, Ruby first, followed by Cat, notice there's a shift in the water in the sewage.
Sure. Other Tori's not here, I have to say it.
A shift like well, yeah, I was gonna say it's gotta be you who talks, but a shift of what now?
Something moving in the water.
Does it look like a big movement in the water? Or is it like, oh, look, a disgusting sewage fish?
Is he dead?
Oh
He's
no,
totally dead.
God.
Oh, you were asking me?
Yeah.
I thought you were asking Kayla.
Well, no, because technically Cat saw, so I was like, what kind of
Oh,
a big movement?
I didn't
little
realize you
movement?
were. I didn't realize you were asking as Cat. I was like, Kit didn't see it. What the fuck are you talking about?
Look, if I got a pilot too, I'm using it all to my advantage.
Because Cat just barely has a high enough passive to notice this. All she would notice is just like a slight disturbance in the water.
hmm
Alright. What do I
Ruby,
see?
yeah, with your passive of 22,
Woo!
as you've been moving, you notice that the water all seems to be like it's not like a torrent or anything, but like there is a slight current to the sewage water as it's heading towards the exit. You notice that as you're walking around, like it's kind of hard to tell which direction you're going after the kind of like 30 minutes of walking through the labyrinth that is the sewers with Fulcrum, so you don't exactly know which way the exit is. However, you do notice that the water shifts, and the direction that the water was moving in, it is now moving in the opposite direction.
The what?
All of the water is now moving in the opposite direction?
Yes.
I tap Felcrum. I was like, the water's moving in a different direction. That doesn't seem right.
Would I have any idea what that means?
No.
Does it look like it's
Has it picked up
naturally?
speed?
Does it look like? I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this. Does it look like something is like pulling the water in a different direction? Or that there's something that big that's moving in a different direction and that's making it look like the water's moving in a different direction?
Make This is either a survival or a nature check. I can't decide. So I'll let you choose.
I'm gonna go with nature.
All right, Caleb, make me eat my shorts. Come on, I believe.
Yeah!
There it is.
So it's not something pushing the water like a big monster would be like pushing it the other direction. I guess you could say something is pulling the water in the other direction. It's kind of like if you were standing in like the forest and you're next to like a small creek, and then the creek started flowing uphill.
Okay.
Not concerning at all.
Okay. No, yeah. Because
Totally normal.
my thought went to like when a tsunami is building and the water like rapidly
I
rushes.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No.
That
No.
too was
Okay.
sort of my thought process. I was like, oh my god, we're about to drown in sewer water.
Okay. I'm still bothered, slightly less bothered. I mean, what are we gonna do about it? I'm gonna keep an eye on it as we keep walking, I guess. I tell the rest of the group so that everybody knows the water is doing something weird. I'm not an expert. I am not an expert in water. So
In this sewage area, is there a path that we could walk that's not in the water, or is there like a side path that we could take, or are we
Yeah, that's what
trekking
you-
right through
That's
the
what
water?
we're on. We're not
That's
in
what
the
you're on.
water.
Okay.
Yeah, you're on the side. You're on the side walkway of the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at least we're not in it, and that's good.
Mm-mm.
All right. You continue on with Ruby keeping an eye on the water as it's almost like the water is following you.
I hate it.
I
I really hate it.
I should have thought about this at the beginning, but I got my inventories mixed up. I take out my chalk, and I start making like markings on the wall to at least maybe have an idea of if ever we start fucking looping around and covering the exact same spot.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Not like something super noticeable that if somebody else is down here, they go, huh, what's this giant, like, we were here written on the wall?
All right. Yeah, you do that, and you keep walking, and you come to a kind of like a crossroads of the sewers, with like a kind of like a reservoir in the middle of this crossroads. And Ruby, you can see that at this crossroads there are 4 paths that the water travels in. You're assuming one of them is like, at least one of them is like an outflow, while the others are like an inflow. However, you can't tell which one is supposed to be the outflow, as all 4 of the channels of water have the water moving towards the center, right where you guys are standing.
Move to the side, move to the side, move to the side, move to the side.
Yep.
I don't trust any of this.
Does it look like the water level is like rising since nothing is outflowing?
Actually, so,
Oh,
it's funny. It's funny that you bring that up because you mentioned it earlier. You notice that in the reservoir, the water is actually dissipated, as the water seems to all be converging on this central location.
Is this a drain?
No, it's
Did
a
we find-
reservoir.
Yes, but at the bottom, is there a drain?
No, that's not. No, that's not how reservoirs work.
I know, but this is D&D. It could be how it works, Mike. All right.
Oh my god.
Anything you can put your mind to.
And as the 4 troughs of sewage water all converge on the reservoir, where you guys are standing to the side of it, you can see there is a explosion of water,
You. Sewage water.
and the sewage water kind of like overflows out of the troughs, and you can see it does not dissipate, as several kind of gelatinous forms of sentient water
This is my worst
move
nightmare.
towards you.
Oh, look,
No,
sentient
thank you.
poop.
And I think that's a good point to end tonight. Yay!
Yay!
What am I gonna do against water?
We've got a week to figure it out. But on that note, I'm going to end the recording here, or end the stream here. So thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you next week.
Bye-bye.